Hare Krishna. So welcome to you all. We hope you're all taking advantage of this unprecedented time in our history. And we're here locked in with Krishna and Balaram, Radha Shamsundar, Gaur-Nitai. And I hope you're taking nice advantage of this. We're all in the same, most of us are in the same boat. And today we have some very wonderful pastimes today, all about how actually we're going to explain the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 5,000 years ago. So, since we're going to be talking about the first appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we're going to sing a very beautiful song about Lord Chaitanya. The most of our songs about Lord Chaitanya are in Hindi, seems to be in Brijbhasa language. I heard it on one of Bhakti Charu Maharaj's CDs. And the part that comes again and again, the refrain is very simple. So you'll pick it up and sing along with us very quickly. Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Palle Chandana Tilaga Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me Palle Chandana Tilaka Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Balle Chandana Tilaka Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me Balle Chandana Tilaka Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Radha Krishna Ekatanu Hai Nirvana Maje Bansi Bajave Radha Krishna Ekatanu Hai Nirvana Maje Bansi Bajave Vishwarupa ki Prabhu ji sahe Avata prakatai Nadiya me Vishwarupa ki Prabhu ji sahe Avata prakatai Nadiya me Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Koi gavat hai Radha Krishna Nam Koi gavat hai Hari Gunagan Koi gavat hai Radha Krishna Nam Koi gavat hai Hari Gunagan Mridanga Pala Madhura Rasala Bajata hai koi Rangana me Mridanga Tala Madhura Rasala Bajata hai koi Rangana me Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Bolo Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me Bolo Sri Sachinandana Gaura Hari Bol. ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामयं ददति स्वापदन्तिकम् अददनस्त्रिनन्दन्तैर्हृदं यचे पुनः पुनः श्रीमद्रूपपदाम्बुजो दुलिस्यां जन्मजन्मनि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all here. Like most of the world, we're in various stages of lockdown. Here we're in complete lockdown. Nobody can go out, nobody can come in. So we're using this special time to increase our hearing and chanting and studying, because nothing can stop bhakti. Although the whole world is shut down, bhakti goes on and on and on and on. So nothing can stop. We take advantage to increase our hearing, our chanting and studying and going inside ourselves and seeing what we can improve on our devotional life. So we decided every evening to speak a little Braj Katha, and we're inviting you all to come along, take advantage of this unprecedented time in our history. We've never seen anything like this. I hope we never have to see it again. Today we're going in a wonderful series of pastimes, beginning from Nandagam, then going to Pili Poker in Barsana, coming back to Moti Kund in Nandagam. Very wonderful pastimes. So every day in Nandagam, Radharani comes to cook for Krishna, because she has a benediction from the Ras Muni. She got special benediction from him. I assume you know about that. Oh, you don't know about that? I have to tell another pastime. Okay. One time Ras Muni came to Braj. Ras Muni, he's very famous for being angry. So he came to Braj, very angry look on his face, his jata piled on top of his head, his beard tied in a knot, very fierce look. And all the gopikas were frightened and they fled away, except for Srimati Radhika. She told Beto Baba, sit down Baba. And then she made a little clay chula stove. And she made little clay pots and pans. And she made all kinds of clay preparations. Clay pakoras, clay samosas, clay puris, clay sabji, clay dal, everything made out of clay. And clay laddus. And then she made a little clay thali. Just like many of you girls in your childhood, you also had a little play kitchen. This was Radharani's play clay kitchen. Then she made a beautiful little thali and she put little clay katoris and put everything on it, a little flour, a little glass of water. And she brought it to Durvas Rishi. Said, lo Baba, take Baba. Durvas Rishi saw everything, it was just made out of clay. He said, Tike Lali, it's all right, Lali, Tike Lali. No, Baba, lo Baba, Tike Lali, lo Baba. Then, Jabardasti, by force, she pushed one of those clay laddus into Durvas Rishi's mouth. He never tasted a laddu so wonderful in his whole life. And right from the heart he gave benediction, because that benediction that comes from the heart, very, very powerful. He said, Ari Lali, whatever cooking you do will be just as sweet as nectar, and whoever tastes your cooking will never get any disease. So then, when the Brijbasis heard this, they insisted that Radharani has to cook for Krishna. Because we see one very funny thing in Braj. We all love children. But still we love our own child more than others' child. But in Braj, everyone loves Nandalala more than their own child. Mm-hmm. And the parents always worried that the children are going to get sick. Now they've closed all the schools and educational institutions. They're always worried about the children getting sick. Mm-hmm. So they were so much worried that Krishna will get sick, he might get corona and die. So they insisted that Radharani has to cook for him so he will live for a long time and the Vrishvasis will be very, very happy. Mm-hmm. So every day Radharani comes, sometimes from Javat, sometimes from Barsana, depending on where she's staying at the time. And she cooks for Krishna. And Mother Yasoda, the queen of Braj, she loves Radharani so much. She's so soft, she's so sweet, so demure, so komal, so wonderful. She just thinks she would be such a wonderful match for my little Lala. One time she took Radharani's hand, she saw the most amazing lines in Radharani's hands. And she thought this girl could be the ornament of our dynasty. And sometimes she just embraced Radharani. She loves Radharani so much, she just embraced Radharani to her chest. And they both merged, not like the impersonalists, but they merged in love for Sri Krishna. And she was always thinking every day, she would be such a match for my Lala. One day Mother Yasoda just couldn't control herself. She grabbed Radharani's hands and she smeared turmeric paste all over her hands. And she said, Lali, you know what this means? No, Mata. This means that now you've been engaged. When we smear turmeric paste on the hands of the girl, that means that she's been engaged and going to be married. You're engaged and you're going to be married. And Radharani said, but Mata, I'm too young. I'm not ready to be married. Now I wander freely about the forest. This will curb my independence. I don't want freedom. And what will my mother and father think? They'll be very happy. So she tried to hide her hands in her shawl, and she ran out of the house. She joined her friends walking back to Barsana. The friends, they pulled at her shawl. Why is she hiding her hands? They saw that her hands were yellow. They also knew that. He said, no, how are we going to get out of this? We're not ready to get our freedom to wander around the forest. Then they walked by a beautiful kund, with beautiful stairways on all sides leading down to the crystal clean water. The trees on the bank, kadamba trees were there, and the pollen of the kadamba flowers was floating on the surface of the kund. And Radharani decided, I'll just wash my hands. And she went down to the kund, lifted up her skirt, and she stepped ankle deep into the water. And when she bent over, she saw her beautiful reflection in the kund. And she was overwhelmed with the beauty of her face. And she began to wash her hands. And she washed and she washed. And gradually the water began to turn golden color. And waves of ecstasy were flowing all around the kund. They were vibrating against the walls and bouncing back and making beautiful patterns of rus. And she became so astounded watching this golden rus flow throughout the kund. She became completely absorbed, and she was just washing it. And and her friend said, hey Radha, what are you doing? Looks like you're washing your complete heart. If you don't stop washing, you won't have any hands left. And then she snapped out of it. But once you get turmeric on your hands, haldi, it never comes out. So she hid her hands and hoped that nobody saw. But many people had seen Radharani washing her hands. They saw her hands were yellow. They ran to Brisabhanu and Kirti and began to congratulate them. Your daughter's been betrothed to Nandanandan, the son of Nanda Maharaj. And everyone became very joyful. They ran to the palace. And Radharani came in and she was hiding her hands. But her parents grabbed her hands and saw they were bright yellow from the turmeric. And they were overjoyed. And they thought, now we have to send an offering back to symbolize our acceptance of this proposition. So they brought a royal tray of jewels, and with a royal courier they sent it to Nandagaon. Meanwhile, people in Nandagaon also seen Radharani's yellow hands, and they understood what happened, and they ran to Nanda Maharaj's palace. And just at that time, this tray of jewels, like priceless jewels, incredibly priceless jewels were there, so big and so opulent. Each was worth a ransom in itself. And Nanda Baba, he looked at this and he said to Yasoda, what are we going to do? Now to symbolize our acceptance, we have to send some jewels back. I'm just a poor coward. Where am I going to get jewels like this? And Nanda Lala was listening. But meanwhile, the house filled up with people coming to congratulate Nanda and Yasoda. He began attending his guests. So Krishna plucked out all the jewels from the jewelry and ran out to the fields. When suddenly Nanda Maharaj had dispensed with all of their guests, they turned around and they saw all the jewels are missing. Just at that time, Nanda Lala came in. And Nanda Baba said, Lala, you won't get any trouble. We'll give you lots of sweets and lots of butter. You just tell us one thing. Because they had figured out there's only one person in the whole Nandagaon who could do something like this. And Nanda Lala said, yeah, Baba, I took him. I'm not trying to hide anything. I took him. Whatever for? I planted them in the field. All right, Lala, it's not like that. No, I seen all you farmers, they plant so many seeds in the ground, they get back much more than they planted. So we'll get hundreds and hundreds of jewels. But this doesn't happen like that with jewels. No, Baba, this is Braj. It's magic place. I know it'll work. Anyway, we can just dig them up if it doesn't work. And he took Nanda Baba by the finger and said, come Baba. Because Nanda Maharaj and Nanda Lala's relation is very sweet, because Nanda Maharaj is very advanced in age. It says he has salt and pepper beard, means the gray hairs are already coming. And Nanda Lala is very small. So he took him by the finger, and Nanda Maharaj is just enchanted by his little son. They went out to the fields, and sure enough, beautiful little creepers were crawling up the trees with wonderful pastel-colored flowers. And the flowers were dropping off, and all types of multicolored gems were appearing on these creepers. They collected so much it took a bullock cart, and still there was more. And they sent a whole bullock cart of jewelry back to Barsana. When everyone in Barsana saw this bullock cart of jewels was coming back to Barsana, then they understood. Now the betrothal is complete. Nanda Baba has accepted. Everything is accepted. And everybody was overjoyed, and everybody was singing and dancing except for Mother Purnamasi. Because ordinarily all the pastimes are orchestrated by her, but somehow this pastime took a life of itself and just went out of control. And Purnamasi thought, if Radharani becomes married to Krishna, then the whole Parakiya Bhav is destroyed. And Braj is all about Parakiya Bhav. How will we stop? So she began to wonder, what am I going to do? Then she realized a way out. Because Purnamasi is the guru of all the Vrishvasis. So without doing anything, they will always take blessing from the guru. So all the Vrishvasis came to Purnamasi and asked for the blessing for the marriage of Radha and Krishna. Purnamasi made a sour face because she's an expert Jyotish astrologer. He said, actually, the stars are not in a very good position for marriages right now. And seeing both the children's charts, and I must say, they're only little children. There's still plenty of time. This is we don't need to rush it at all. But their charts at this time are not very good. This marriage will have a lot of problems and will not last. Later, when they get older and mature, then we'll call Garga Muni from Mathura. He can give his opinion. But for now, I think we put this idea to rest. And very slowly and slowly, she unwound this pastime that was growing out of her control and stopped the public wedding of Radha and Krishna, and preserved the Parakiya Bhav for all of us, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So that place where Krishna planted the jewels, that is known as Motikund. The place where Radharani washed her hands, that is called Pili Pokhar. Pili means yellow. And Pokhar comes from, and if you've been on Navadip Mandal Prikrama, then you know Pukur. All the kunds there they call Pukur. But in Brishvasa they've gradually corrupted it to Pokhar. So this is Pili Pokhar. Then what happened was Krishna was wandering around herding his cows, and this particular kund was a very favorite place for him to water his cows. But that day he was preoccupied because one of his cows was lost, and he was looking for that cow, and he walked right by the kund and didn't notice anything. Then all of a sudden he felt something strange. And he walked back, and he looked at this beautiful golden kund where no beautiful golden kund had ever been before. And he was astonished. And he looked down at this kund and he was wondering. And all the deers and creepers and flowers and birds were intently watching him. And he asked everyone, what is this going on here? But only he heard his echo coming off the walls of the kund. What is this going on here? He decided to investigate. He went down and he looked into the water. He saw this beautiful reflection, but now his reflection was golden in complexion. Then he touched the water. He sort of felt a surge of emotion through his whole body that he'd never felt before. He felt this incredible attraction for his own self. He decided to investigate further. He stepped down into the water ankle deep. Even more surging went through his being. Then he began to go further and further, trying to investigate what is this mystical yellow substance in this water. Because Radharani had washed off all her bhav into this kund. And all the animals were completely silent, watching him, intently watching him as he entered into the water. The creepers, the birds, the deer, everyone remained silent. Finally he got all the way waist deep. Then he came up to his chest. Still he couldn't understand what is this marvelous yellow substance. Finally he completely submerged. Only way you could tell where he was, you could see his peacock feather above the surface of the water, tracing out his travels. Finally he became completely absorbed in this yellow color, and he decided to come out. And he watched his little peacock feather come back toward the steps, then come out, and instead of his beautiful sapphire color, he was in completely golden complexion. And all the animals, the birds, the bees, the creepers, everyone was totally astonished seeing this beautiful golden form. And he felt, what is this? But no one could answer. And he felt love, intense love for his own self. He says, this is amazing. Now everything is opposite. Ordinarily everyone loves me, but now I love myself. He couldn't understand this strange bhav. He began to call out, "Oh Krishna, oh Shyam Sundar, oh Prananath, where are you?" He began to cry torrents of tears, and nobody could answer him. Gradually he raised his arms to the sky. "Oh Karipa Sindhu, oh Deena Bandhu, where are you? Where are you?" He began to dance the most graceful dance, and all the deers and creepers, everything else began to cry with him as he danced this wonderful dance. And he wandered here and there, and no one could give him the answer to his question. But gradually, as the case with all mystical potions, gradually the effect wore off. And then he began to wonder, "Oh, where's my cow?" And he wandered off into the forest looking for his cows. So this is the first appearance of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, 5,000 years ago. We know he appeared 500 years ago. We just celebrated last Purnima, Gaur Purnima. But this is a wonderful pastime where even 5,000 years before, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this wonderful bhav of Srimati Radharani, seeking for Krishna. So now we have a wonderful time. We're free from all our duties. We can sit down and study Prabhupada's books. We can chant more. So many beautiful kirtans there on YouTube we can watch and beautiful lectures we can listen to and deepen our attachment for Krishna. It's just by hearing about Krishna we become attached. Lord Chaitanya told that this is the most important thing. It was one time Lord Chaitanya met Ramananda Roy on the bank of the river. What was that river? Just now my mind went blank. Senior moment. And Ramananda Roy asked many questions, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked many questions to Ramananda Roy, and Ramananda Roy was giving the answer. Then he asked, what is the goal of life and what is the means to achieve it? And Ramananda Roy, even citing the scriptures, he quoted from Bhagavatam how one should follow his role in the Varnashram Dharma system, and that will bring him to the perfection of life. And Bhagavatam, Eho Bhaya, this is exterior. This whole thing, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Grihasthas, Sudra, Sannyas, this is all exterior to the body. Then he gave another suggestion. Then finally he even quoted our most favorite verse in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharmam parityaja mamekam saranam braja ham tvam sarvapapivo mokshamishyami mahasucha. And Mahaprabhu said, Nahi. This is most astonishing. We all know this verse by heart. Upside down, backwards, we know this verse. And Mahaprabhu said, no. Then from the 14th chapter of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prayers of Lord Brahma, Jnane prayasam udapasya namandeva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadi vartam stane sita srutigatam tanuvan manobir ye prayaso jita jitopasatais trilokyam. This prayas, this attempt, prayas means attempt, this attempt of jnana and karma, udapasya. Prabhupada on one tape, he described udapasya means kick it out. Lati marke nikaldo. Kick out this jnana and karma. Jnane prayasam udapasya namandeva jivanti sanmukaritam. Somehow in Sanskrit, when a T will come in front of a M or a N, it will turn into N. So sanmukaritam. San means sat. Sat means the devotees, because the devotees are always speaking the truth. So sat means the devotees, and mukaritam, you can understand, muk means the mouth. One should hear from the mouths of the devotees. What is that? Bhavadi bhartam. Just like in Hindi we have this word bartalap, to chat. Everybody in the world is chatting on Messenger, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, here, there, Weibo, so many places, everybody chatting. But chatting so many useless things. Here it says, Bhavadiyavartam. Those talks, those chats about you. Lord Brahma is addressing the Lord. Bhavadi here talks about you. 3 different types of talks about Lord Krishna Katha are there. One is like Srimad Bhagavatam, which is talk about Krishna. And Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's own words. And third is Krishna service. Even if we're talking about Krishna service, it may seem to ordinary person, we may be talking about this and that and so many things, but it's all directed to the service of Krishna. This is also a type of Krishna Katha. So we should be absorbed in this Krishna Katha. Bhavadiyavartam. Stane stita. Stan may know means place. Just like previously there was 2 stans. There was Hindustan and Pakistan. But then the Soviet Union broke up and so many stans appeared. Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, this stan, so many, I said Uzbekistan. Anyway, all these funny stans appeared. So stane stita, as I remember from Bhagavad Gita, dear, to make steady. Stane stita, you remain in your place. Mahaprabhu's mission is not that you give up your family, you give up your job, you give up anything. Stane stita, you remain wherever you're doing, you remain doing that thing. Whatever your occupation, wherever your house is, wherever you are, you remain. Stane stita. Srutikatam, but you go on hearing about Krishna from the mouths of the devotees. And that same tape that I heard Prabhupada said, therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pushed so much on this hearing. And on that tape Prabhupada says, even if you don't practice, if you just hear from the mouths of the pure devotees about Krishna, you will reach perfection. This is not to say we should be lazy. Prabhupada explains that the more you put into practice what you hear, the faster the realization will come. And we don't have much time. This Kali Yuga is getting rougher and rougher, heavier and heavier. So we should take advantage. But hearing, Shruti Katam, this hearing is so important. What does he say? Stane stita Shrutikam, Tanuman Manobir, with your body, mind and words, Namanteva, always offer respects to the Lord and hear from the mouths of the pure devotees. And what? Yes, yeah. Tane tita Shrutikam Tanuman Manobir, Ye praya so jitosa jitopasa taistri lokam. By this attempt, by hearing about the Lord. Krishna's another name is Ajita. Ajita means nobody can conquer him. On that same tape, Prabhupada says, Ajita means unconquerable. Anyone can conquer God? No, no one can conquer. He's Ajita. But if somebody sits down and hears about Krishna from the mouths of the pure devotees, coming in disciplic succession, then that Ajita, he becomes, you can hear Prabhupada on the tape, Jita, he becomes conquered. Therefore, then Mahaprabhu said, yes, this is the thing. Even he gave up that Sarvadharman preaching. After all, first we have to understand what is God. Who is God? How will we surrender to Him if we don't understand? So first we have to hear about the glories of the Lord from the mouths of the pure devotees. Then we can sarvadharmam and all these other things. This is the most important thing. So we should take advantage. Now 90% of all the material activities is shut down. We can't travel here and there. We should take advantage and hear about Krishna from the mouths of the pure devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we'll meet you again here, 5:30 tomorrow evening. Wherever you are, you can sit and hear about Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
We have 110 devotees watching right now.
All right. Thank you very much.